Alright, getting back to it. Do, 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 do. Alright, cool. Just making sure YouTube was working okay. Okay. I'm enjoying the song. There we go. Looks like it's there now. Alright. So I'm painting this drum in now. So I need to go back to Justin Raw. I need to look at what his drum looks like, so that I want to make sure I get it right. So here we go. Here's a good view of it. Alright, cool. Looks like he's got a few different ones. Let's go with this brush here. That's too close. Let's zoom in. On Justin Raw here. It's a little too far. It's really hard to get this set up while there we go. And I want to make sure this is in focus. There we go. Okie dokie. Gonna paint a drum. I need some more liquid. Where's my liquid? Ah, it's over there. Okay, have my palette ready. So I'm painting this drum right here. This is my next thing. And then I'll be done with this area here. It's a pretty cool drum, but I'm going to move it a little bit. I'm going to move some things around. I feel like the drum got a little too short when I drew it in there, because it needs to come up to where his hands are, so I'll give it some new boundaries. Don't love the song choice. There we go. Alright, I'm going to have the bottom of this drum come to right here, so that'll definitely change things. Oh my gosh, some of this music is terrible. Alright. And then we'll come out. And that'll be the end of the drum down here. And I can come in and put the drum stand when I'm done. Alright. So I need like a reddish orange for this drum. Kind of a deep red orange. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Alright. That works. Alright, looks like his drum has some circles painted on it on the side here. So try to get those. I want to make sure you can see what it is I'm painting. Yeah, you can see it. I know it doesn't look like much, so I'm starting out with these darkest colors. So some of it fades back, and you might not be able to see it very well until I get the highlights around it, and then it'll all kind of show up. My wife hates watching me paint at stages like this because she's like, I don't understand the colors that you're putting there. It seems all wrong and weird until I come over it with a highlighted color, and then it all makes sense. But she's like, she doesn't really love seeing it in that middle phase because it always feels wrong to her. There's been times that I'm like, okay, I want you to look at this and tell me what you think of it. And she's just like, well, this here looks wrong. And I'm like, well, that's not the color that's gonna be. And she's like, oh, okay, well, don't really have much to say then. It's like, well, I guess that makes sense. I need to get it further along before I start asking for opinions. Because some of this does seem weird if you're not used to it. Alright. Now it needs like a lighter, almost yellow, more yellow. I think a lot of people assume that I would paint the light areas in and then paint these dark lines, the decorations over it, but more often than not I find that I actually end up painting the space around the decoration instead of the decoration itself. Which is what I'm doing here.
Waking up inside my bed, looking around at all I have. The only thing missing is what I want. Wipe my eyes and make my bed, brush my teeth and fix my hair, wash my face and put that smile on. When to be and me become so hard, I've walked so many miles with my head at the ground. could just look up, I see him looking down. I know my grandpa's proud. I am my brother's keeper. I'll be right there for my sister. I know it took me some time, but I'm the man inside my house. I'm better than I think. I'm stronger than I know. I know I love myself. I love myself. I love myself. Nights like this with love on my mind. I'm dying to find it when I open my eyes. I know it's there. Maybe I'm just wasting my time, but it never hurts to try. Loving every heart except mine. Keeping to myself however I feel inside. I guess I'll just keep telling myself that I'm fine. Remember, it's all alright.
All right, I like that. Cool. And then I need these lines in here.
Do you get tired of your misery? It's on repeat daily. It ain't gonna change over time. So relax and ease your mind. Have you thought riding with me? I'll take the wheel for you to see what would have been, what could have been. Let me drive a little crazy. Let me drive a little crazy. Let me drive a little crazy. Let me drive a little crazy.
Make sure I don't touch his face. So I just painted it. Alright, I feel like that gives me a pretty good idea of that drum there. It looks like now I need like a neutral-ish brown. need to go real dark.
Clear my mind, close my eyes, where am I? Bumpy right, looking out across the sky. As the wind blows in my face, there is water, water everywhere. How did I get here? Who is that man over there? My mind is blinded, this all just a dream. Sails and rudder on the ship, rum and beer, I'll take a drink, and tomorrow I won't remember a thing. Sails and rudder on the ship, rum and beer, I'll take a drink, and tomorrow I will be hungover.
Alright. Seems okay. I have kind of a neutral gray already mixed, so I'm gonna put on this. It has a big old contraption that holds the drum, but I'm trying to decide.
What have I done? Can someone remind me? 'Cause to me this soul is just a blur. The last thing that
I'm gonna put it, well,
is a party, then nothing else. How did I get
I can have it
here?
come here.
That man over there, will I ever find out? It's all just a dream. Tell myself, never will I do this again. Tell myself, it's not worth it. Tell myself, no, but who cares? 'Cause tonight I will party. Sails and rudder on the ship, rum and beer, I'll take a drink, and tomorrow I won't remember a thing. Sails and rudder on the ship, rum and beer, I'll take a drink, and tomorrow I will be hungover.
Okay, I like that.
Oh, I knew you'd call back. You must be missing me so bad. When you left, you said that I don't deserve you, but I can see that you don't wanna lose what we had. Oh, you're the one that I need. Let's just take it slow and just breathe. Loving someone is not easy, you know, but it makes us feel alive. So we go with the flow.
Let's see, what should his hand look like?
Smoke clouds in the bitter talks. They be zoned out in the middle of. They be zoned out in the middle of. I know now what the riddle was. Now what the riddle was. Now what the riddle was. Had to push it a little deeper. Push it a little deeper. I know it took some time to truly realize you are the one that I found myself falling a little deeper.
All right, that's starting to take some kind of shape. Well, hello. How's it going? I'm trying to make the smallest amount of detail in these hands as possible, while you're still getting the idea of what they are. I feel like that works out okay. Well, I think it gotten better. I do need to define. I feel like I do need to like paint some of the background back in there, but I can do that when I come back into it. Yeah, I think that looks alright. You can see it kind of has like this weird halo around it that I want to get rid of. There's the ground back here. Can come into some of that.
Paper cuts don't hurt like this. And I'm so nervous, I keep biting my lip. I've been checking my phone, but there's nobody
We need some more green paint.
can't even care unless I'm hearing back from you. If I'm better off without you, then why don't I feel any better? Sticks and stones can't break my bones, and I can put them back together.
Pigment paints get too thick. There we go. So yesterday, I invested in Streamlabs. What is it? Streamlabs Premium or Streamlabs Prime or whatever. Whatever it is, the Streamlabs subscription service. So I can multi-stream. Which is kind of nice because a lot of people don't have Twitch. A lot of the people that already that have been following my painting for years and years don't have Twitch, so they miss a lot of what I'm doing. So now I can I can stream to Twitch, but also I can be on Facebook and YouTube without having to like switch back and forth and decide how I'm going to split my time. So we'll see how it goes. This morning it was good.
Bet you wonder who gon' love you when you're feeling alone. When you're calling every number that you save in your phone. It ain't no one picking up and you stuck with the tone. I will. No, you wonder who gon' love you when you're stuck in a rut. You don't wanna talk to no one, so you lay in the cut. And you trying, but it's never enough. I won't leave you lonely, baby, I'm alright. I know you don't really know me, you gon' have to try to put a little trust in me. It ain't no one that can love like me, nobody.
Alright, cool. I feel like I need some more of this brown color down under here. You're all alone on a staycation. Wow, that sounds fun. Are you partying hard? I guess you said you're just working. It's not quite a party. We have in a couple weeks we're gonna go camping. Oh yeah, that makes sense. Some peace and quiet. I've been trying to the last couple days I felt like painting like in the evenings or And sometimes I like to paint in the evening, but I can't do it if my family's here. I just can't. Like, I don't know, when the time comes, it's like I'm not, if my wife is upstairs, I just have such a hard time getting any work done. Because, I don't know, I guess I have some, like, family FOMO. Like, I don't want to be down here working while everyone's here. I don't know. Alright, now he just needs shorts. I'm gonna get a new brush. It's a little bigger, because these shorts don't matter. See, in theory, my wife and kids being gone is a good, like, productive, calm time. But when it actually happens, I lose track of my schedule. I have no time frame for anything. I'm tired. I don't get as much work done as I should. I mean, I get a lot done, but it's still just like what I actually manage best is when we just have a regular 9 to 5 Monday through Friday, and everyone has their routine and it's the same every week. That's what I actually manage the best. That's when I'm at my best. And even that has been so hard lately that it's like there's some disturbance every week that makes it hard. I do have some good news. I have an appointment for next week to get my first COVID shot. Now that is exciting. Gonna get vaccinated. Ironically, I'm gonna get vaccinated before my wife. And she's a middle school teacher. But I have more times available. I can go in at times that most people are at work, so alright. I don't need much here for shorts, just a suggestion that he's wearing something. I feel like that is almost enough. Oh, he should be wearing something. Oh, that's good. That's a good suggestion. Oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear. which I put him in this tank top, but a lot of times he performs shirtless. An awful lot. He does a lot of outdoor performances, which lends better towards being shirtless. Alright, I'm getting this microphone in here. Unfortunately, it has a mostly black background, so it's hard to get it to stand out that much. I just needed to read enough like a microphone that people don't think about it too much. I feel like this should have a second microphone right here. And that mic cord can go around this.
Swimming in the ocean, don't know which one it was. I was diving to the bottom, searching for your love. I heard I was a treasure no one has ever seen. You hide inside a locket, buried in the sands beneath.
Alright, I think that looks enough like a microphone that people that know will know, people that most people won't think about it too much. Chord's a little extreme, but I just realized I didn't really paint this chair in here. You always notice things that you missed once you get farther along. It's a very nice chair. Should I get a better chair? I sit in this chair so many hours. Should I get one that's comfy? It might not be a bad idea. At some point. They're just so expensive. That's what you said. Chairs are spendy. My wife has a nice chair at her desk upstairs. I found it in a dumpster. But it's like a really nice $300 chair. Who puts a $300 chair in a dumpster? I don't know. But I'm not going to question it. Oh yeah, that makes sense. It was one of those that they didn't put it in the dumpster, they put it by the dumpster, so it's kind of like the expectation was that someone's going to want it and take the chair, so they were nice and I didn't have to dig for it. But I saw it and I was like, man, that looks like a nice chair. I'm just going to take it, and if there's something wrong with it, I can always throw it away again. And man, it was perfect. There was nothing wrong with it. It wasn't even used that much. I looked up the chair online and I'm like, I found the exact chair, and I'm just like, there's no way I could ever afford this chair. It came at the right time because it's like we found it, and then everything went online. Oh, you painted it Mickey Mouse colors. See, my wife's desk we found that way too. Her desk, I just sanded it down. It's an old like I don't remember when it was made, like in the 80s or something, but maybe earlier. But I sanded it down and painted it, and it's a nice desk, nice solid. When you can find furniture that's solid wood, not laminated, and you can just sand it down and it's like a brand new piece of furniture, I love that. So my wife's entire home classroom. Oh, because I've been taking so long on this, I haven't had any time for jewelry making. So jewelry making's not going yet. I'm very eager to get started on it. I think once I finish this one, I don't want to take on any other big projects so I can just kind of dink around for a while. I need to be able to do some of my own stuff. Don't get me wrong, I like having the commission work, but I have so many things that I would like to do. So when they pushed my timeline back on this painting, instead of just getting it done in the same time, I kind of changed how I'm working on it and made it a much more detailed painting than I think they bargained for. So, which is fine. It does kind of cut into the time I would have spent doing other stuff. But they're getting a really good painting. They're going to be like, man, we didn't pay enough. No, they're not going to say that. I'm going to say, man, I didn't charge enough. It's going to happen. It's fine, though. Yeah, a lot of times people that buy artwork will pay extra just to support local artists. This is not one of those. This one, with the contract and everything, they're not gonna just pay more, because not what they do in the business world. Since it's not for a person, it really changes how they operate. But that would be lovely. Alright, I'll come back in with some shadows later, but I think I'm done with this one. I think I'm pretty... Oh, no, I need a strip up here. This is just like a strip of wood, so I'm just going to come in with a really dark wood-like color. It's not dark enough. It just occurred to me that I'm zoomed in here and you can't even see what I'm painting. Oh, hey, Ed. I just now saw your comment in there. How's it going, Ed? Make sure this is in focus. I am going to get some of the pipes and sewers and stuff in there. I'm not entirely sure what that's going to look like yet, but I will be doing that. We'll see. I honestly haven't put that much thought into those spaces yet, just because I'll cross that bridge when I get there. What I'll do is I'm going to paint all of the in-between spaces black, and then I can bring things out where I want to. Yeah. Oof. Okay, I think this looks pretty okay. I'm alright with that. I have another section that I'd like to move on to. So let's do. All right. Okay, let's see. I need to move all of my stuff that way. There's always so much stuff. Alright. Do, do, do. Alright, let's see. This isn't even plugged in. So it's not rolling like it should. It's on wheels. It's a little bit weighted to the side, so it's awkward. There we go. It's paint by number. Not well, a little bit. All right. Let's get this here. Alright, let's see. That looks right. Okay, here we go. It's nice to be out of the corner. So this is actually my next door neighbor's basement. Let's see, they have blue walls, and this is a red curtain here, so that's okay. That red's really going to pop out. There's a little bit of red up in here. Alright, well, I'm going to start with that back wall. I don't want any of these brushes, so I can set them aside. I need the middle size brush. see. I hate when you can't quite find the size of brush that you want. And it's somewhere between these two. I know I have some. See, it's just kind of big, but that'll do. That'll do. Maybe if I sorted my brushes by size instead of having them all thrown in a box. Having a box of brushes. Oh well, this is a pretty good size. Sometimes, like, I know what I would want in a brush, and sometimes I don't quite have the right brush. These are pretty close. I just wish these bristles were, like, a few millimeters shorter. I wish if I know it wouldn't work quite if I just cut the end off. I just want it to come not quite to the end there. I want them a little bit shorter because then they'd be a little bit stiffer. But what can you do? So the problem is that the bristles on a brush, they're kind of like hair if it's never been cut before. It goes to a point at the end, but if you cut it, then it's rough at the end. If you cut the brushes, the bristles themselves taper. If you cut it, then that edge of the brush is different. So you can't cut them and still use them the same. You can remove bristles to change the shape of a brush, but cutting the end off, I've never been able to do that successfully without just ruining the brush. Whoa. Did it drop some frames there? I don't know what happened there. Okay. So let's start with the blue. I actually mixed a new blue.
I never meant to hurt you. I didn't really mean the words I said. If I could take it all back, I swear I'd never do it all again. 'Cause I need you by my side.
You're eating candy? Well, I'm drinking an energy drink, so I had a sandwich for lunch, and then at lunch, my wife works from home on Fridays, so we had lunch and we played a game of chess. It's our Friday routine, which I got my schedule for next term. I'm only going on campus one day next term, so I'll have some extra work time this next term. Which I got my last person for my last business in here. I have made contact with them and I know what it's going to be, which is exciting. So I only have one more to do after this one. It's going to go, it's crunch time. It seems no matter what I do, I'm always going to be rushed at the end of a deadline. It's just, I don't know. I have a hard time working as diligently when I don't have to. And so
Please stop your yelling, you used to be so calm. You were my number one, but now you're just no fun. I showed you my hand and you played it repeatedly. Oh, and now it's time to go back into me. Oh, I should've known from the start that I was doing something. Oh, I should've known right from the start that it wasn't enough.
So, like I said, my next door neighbor has a hair salon in her basement, so that's what I'm painting here. And I remember when we first started fostering, we got our first placement. It was a 16-year-old girl, black girl. And I remember the first time that, like, her hair, she took her hair out, and it was like a Sunday, and she's like, "Oh, I need hair for school tomorrow." And we're like, "I don't, okay." It's like, "Yeah, you need to buy some hair." I'm like, "Okay, I don't know where to buy hair. This is not something I've ever done." So we talked to one of our neighbors down the street. It was like, our foster daughter says we need to buy hair. We don't know where to buy hair at. This is something very new for us. So, like, is there a place where you go to buy hair? So they let us know a place that would be open that on a Sunday that we could buy hair. So Kirsten took her to go get some hair. And they got there, and there's so many different kinds of hair and different qualities. Like, we don't know what hair is good, what to buy, or how much it should cost, or we know nothing. But we got some hair, but then she's like, "Well, I need someone to put my hair in." She was going to get faux locks. And we're like, "I don't know where to get your hair done." And by this time, it's like Sunday night, and she needs hair for Monday. Needs your hair done. And that's when we found out our next door neighbor has a hair salon in her basement. And so she's like, "Okay, bring her over. I'll do her hair." So our next door neighbor, like, we had no idea how much goes into black hair, like how much time and like we were not in any way expecting it to take hours to put hair in. It's like, now we know, like, obviously, like, if you want your hair done for Monday, you need to do something about it before Sunday night. It's not like something you can just spur the moment. I'm gonna change my hair. So our next door neighbor, she has been really helpful for us in fostering that. She's done our girls' hair, and just helped us with with all of our hair needs. So yeah, lots of hours. And yeah, we just had no idea what we were doing. Um, and it's like it makes sense. Like braiding in hair is going to take hours, and it does take hours. But we didn't know anything. Now we know. I drew this the other day on Twitch. I'm trying to remember where my vanishing point is. I should be able to find it. It's somewhere up here. I think that's right. Yeah, so vanishing point's right here. Which makes sense. This is the center house, so the vanishing point's going to be centered. So yeah, anyway, my next door neighbor having a hair salon in her basement has been amazing. And it's actually the reason for me having this concept at all for this painting is that I was thinking about small businesses in St. Louis, and I was just thinking about how I run my painting out of my basement. You see 3 corners of the room? There's a corner here. There's a corner here. There's just 2 corners, I think. Anyway. Thanks, Engraver Gamer. But yeah, so since I work in my basement and my next door neighbor, she runs a small business out of her basement, that's kind of where I got this idea of showing all these houses of different people running different kinds of businesses out of their homes, in their basement specifically. The edge in the bottom left, it should point to here, and this one here they should all point to that same spot. And the corners of the desks should point there too, the chair here. I feel an extra need to make sure I get these vanishing points right, getting the perspective in it right, because I just finished yesterday teaching a perspective drawing class, and next week I start another perspective drawing class, and I can't have my students coming on here and being like, hey, your perspective's off. So I have to make sure it's right. Did I fix the stairs? Oh, over here? I haven't painted that section in that. So, no, those stairs are still off. That's on the next one over. I did fix those, actually. I did. when I did the underpainting, I brought the wall down. So yes, I did fix the stairs. So I have my delivery date set for this painting. So I need to reach out about borrowing a bus to deliver it in. Oh, good. There's the painting I did last week. The perspective, there's a spot that the perspective's off a little bit. The live painting that I did. But it's a little bit more understandable when you're, it's like I had 1 hour to do all of the sketching for that painting. Which means I end up getting it ends up being more like just painting it more and sketching it out more intuitively and getting it so that it looks visually right, which isn't always completely accurate. I feel like you get a pass when you're painting that way. I heard this song this morning. Her studios, her salon space down here has really gotten better. It looks really nice. I remember when we first took our first kid there, there wasn't really much of anything down there. It was just like a chair in the middle of the room. People get rabbits around. People don't get rabbits that much. Kirsten used to have a pet rabbit. She had a purple rabbit. It was like some special purple rabbit breed. But I don't feel like that's... I don't know. I don't hear about people getting rabbits much. I have a neighbor that has rabbits. They eat them. Let's go with some... I could go for some lo-fi. Where is where to go? There we go. Have I ever heard of pyrography before? Yeah, I have a wood burner here. I could do some pyrography. I've never done it. But yeah, I know about pyrography. I've watched people do it. Well, that's cool. See, I use my wood burner for melting wax, for fusing together in caustic. But I've thought about doing in pyrography, but I have too many other things going on. I don't have... Sometimes you run out of time for an extra hobby. Or profession, whatever. For me, it would be a hobby. I'm going to cover up her glasses there. I can paint them back in. I couldn't find where my drink went. Found it with my foot. A wire tip. I'm trying to think of what my... I think mine is a screw-in tip. Is it smelly? Is pyrography smelly? I imagine it would just smell like burned wood. So I have some wood here that I could play with. I've got some 3/4 inch birch that I keep around. Where am I? Trying to see how close I am. Not quite. To remix this color. Yeah, I see. I use birch plywood for wood cuts. So I just have like a stack of them. It's one of the few materials that I have in here that aren't a material I use for painting, that I keep in the studio. Let's see, this corner needs to come up a little bit more. There we go. So my son actually helped me with this underpainting. He painted a lot of the black on, and he also wiped away a lot of the highlights. So I think I'm going to start having him help me out with all of my underpaintings, because he can, so he might as well. Because I don't need, because he can just paint the black color on, and there's not really much skill involved. So he gets very excited that he gets to help me out. He gets to feel like he's making a real painting, which he loves making his paintings, but he also loves being a part of mine, because when they're done, he feels like, oh yeah, I helped paint that. And makes it special. Looks like I've got about 10 more minutes, and then I'll have to go get my son. I saw a thing the other day on like artists during oh no, that's fine. I get it. We're all trying to take care of our kids these days. It's an extra challenge. But I saw a thing the other day about the art that artists have produced during COVID. That actually artists have gotten quite a bit of work done because there's fewer shows. A lot of the things that artists spend their times doing, which is networking and putting shows together, all of that stuff. A lot of artists aren't doing that stuff right now because of reasons. And so there's actually a larger amount of work being produced right now than even usual. So I do feel like once the world opens back up, there's going to be quite a few art shows that should be really good, where it'll be seeing what artists have been doing for the last year. Three extra challenges. I've only got one. It's enough. One is enough. I have a student right now that has a zillion kids. I feel so bad for him. I was going to say how many kids he has, but I don't know if that's a violation of privacy. I don't want to risk it, but it's a lot though. He has a lot of kids. Sorry if my head gets in the camera here. The glare off of the lamp placement isn't great for me. So before I come back to this again, I'll move the lamp to the other side of the camera. Yeah, more than I can count on one hand. But hey, I don't have to take my shoes off to count them, so it's got that going for him. Let's see, the corner is right here. Right here, actually. Yeah, there it is. I really want that corner to stand out as different. So you can tell this is a separate wall. If you've never gave it a good try, you should give it a good try. I've been painting a long time. And when I look at some of my old paintings, they're not very good. It took me quite a few good tries to get where I am. Cool. Do the same over here. this in here needs to be. All right. Well, I'm done with the wall, so instead of moving on to something else, I only have like 6 minutes left anyway. So I'm gonna stop here and go and pick up my son from school, and we're gonna hang out and have a good time. All right. Currently got a guy starting up wood burning. Give him all the basics to get started. So something like your young Jedi in training. Actually, once I'm done with this, I plan on getting my jeweler's bench all set up. I got all the supplies and everything I need for it. I just haven't had time to do it. But I bought an entire jewelry studio. A lady in Florida sold her business, and it has all the tools I need for 2 benches. So I'm thinking about seeing if once I get jewelry making going, taking on an assistant or an apprentice, and you can have some jewelry making classes, and I think that sounds super fun. But I gotta get this thing done first. I can't even think about anything else. All right. Okay. Well, it's been nice. Have a good